All right, welcome back for another deep dive.
Yeah, looking forward to this one.
Today, we're diving into something you flagged as really interesting.
Oh, yeah.
A model for how universities and businesses can work together to boost human capital,
Okay.
especially in emerging markets.
Sounds fascinating.
You're in for a treat, I think.
I hope so.
This paper, a new model for business-university collaboration to enhance human capital in emerging markets,
Okay.
by Herman Guinness
Yes.
and Sophia J. Vichetto from Indiana University's Kelley School of Business.
Mm-hmm.
It really lays out a compelling vision, published in 2011.
Okay.
But the ideas feel so relevant now,
I'd agree.
wouldn't you say?
Oh, absolutely.
The authors hit us with a powerful statement right off the bat.
Oh.
Human capital is a key determinant of firm performance,
Mm-hmm.
and consequently is a type of resource that makes or breaks organizations.
Wow. I mean, that's putting a lot of weight on people, isn't it?
It really is.
Like, that's a big statement. Yeah, and I think it highlights a shift in how we view the workforce.
Okay.
Human capital isn't just about having bodies and seats.
Right.
It's about the application of skills and knowledge.
So not just having smart people,
Right.
but having smart people who know how to translate their smarts into actual impact.
Exactly.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah.
Give me an example of that, because I think a lot of us might be guilty of just assuming skills automatically equals success.
Well, the paper cites a Dutch study where a tax credit for employee training led to a significant boost in national revenue.
Interesting.
Think about that. Investing in training not only improved companies,
Yeah.
but actually impacted the entire country's bottom line.
Wow.
That's human capital at work on a massive scale.
Now that's a concrete example I can wrap my head around.
Yeah.
Okay, so this paper focuses on a specific initiative,
All right.
the Institute for Global Organizational Effectiveness,
Okay.
or IGOE, at Indiana University.
Got it.
What struck me is that the challenges they were tackling, they aren't just academic. They
Mm-hmm.
feel very real world,
Like what?
like the economic potential of Latin America,
Okay.
the rising cost of education.
Okay.
I mean, these are things we talk about all the time, right?
Absolutely.
In the news, on the ground.
Yeah. And the authors connect these challenges in a fascinating way.
Okay.
By 2050,
Mm-hmm.
the Hispanic population in the U.S. is projected to be over 100 million,
Wow.
becoming the largest ethnic minority.
Wow.
That, coupled with the fact that Latin America itself is experiencing rapid economic growth, Brazil is the 8th largest economy in the world in 2011.
Really?
Creates this huge opportunity,
Yeah.
but also this need for a skilled workforce.
Okay, so we've got a growing market, a need for talent,
Right.
and this pressure on education to be more than just ivory tower theory.
Mm-mm.
So how does the IGOE step in with a solution?
So their model is built on 3 pillars:
Okay.
teaching, research, and outreach.
Okay.
And what's interesting is how interconnected those pillars are.
Oh, okay, that's intriguing. Yeah, let's unpack each of those pillars,
Great.
starting with teaching.
All right.
How does the IGOE's approach differ from a traditional business program?
Well, one of the key features is their global fellowships.
Okay.
These provide financial support to both MBA and PhD students, specifically targeting those with ties to Latin America.
So making a high-quality business education more accessible
Right?
to a demographic that's key to this whole economic potential we're talking about.
Exactly.
That's a great start, but I'm guessing it's not just about the money.
You're absolutely right.
Right.
They also have this really unique element called mini consulting projects.
Right, cool.
Students get to work with real companies on real challenges.
So it's not just case studies and hypothetical scenarios.
Nope.
We're talking about actual on-the-ground experience.
Exactly.
Or-
And these projects span a wide range:
Okay.
marketing, finance, operations, strategy, you name it. The paper mentions an example where students helped a company develop its brand strategy for the Latin American market.
Oh, wow.
That's a far cry from just reading a textbook.
Now that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Getting their hands dirty with the kind of problems they'll face in the real world.
Absolutely.
So the students benefit from real-world experience.
Mm-hmm.
But how do the companies benefit?
Of course.
They're not just doing this out of the goodness of their hearts, right?
Right. They get fresh perspectives,
Okay.
access to top talent, and insights from cutting-edge research.
That makes sense.
Remember, these are MBA and PhD students.
Yeah.
They bring a lot to the table.
It's a fascinating setup.
Yeah.
We're seeing this bridge being built between what's traditionally been seen as the isolated world of academia
Mm-hmm.
and the fast-paced demands of the business world.
Yeah.
But we've only just scratched the surface here.
Right.
I'm dying to dive deeper into the research and outreach component.
Yeah. Well, hold on tight because that's where things get even more interesting.
Yeah.
So let's shift gears a little bit and
Shift.
talk about the research component of the IGOE.
Okay.
This is where we see a really unique collaboration happening.
Yeah, I was intrigued by the mention of an MBA-PhD divide.
Uh-huh.
What's that all about?
It's this tendency in business schools
Yeah.
to kind of keep the MBA and PhD programs somewhat separate.
Okay.
MBAs are focused on practical application,
Right.
while PhDs are deep in the world of research.
Yeah.
The IGOE kind of flips that on its head.
Okay, I see where this is going.
Yeah.
They're bringing those two worlds together.
Exactly.
Nice.
PhD students working closely with faculty, conduct research on topics
Okay.
directly relevant to the partner companies.
Got it.
And get this,
Yeah.
they often collaborate with MBA students on these projects,
Interesting.
bringing in that real-world perspective from the get-go.
So instead of research happening in a vacuum,
Right.
it's informed by what's actually happening on the ground in these businesses.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I bet that leads to some pretty interesting findings.
I would imagine so.
It addresses a problem that Aguinis and Vechetto highlight in the paper.
Okay.
That disconnect between academic research and what businesses actually need.
Right.
The IGOE's model ensures that the research is relevant and applicable.
That's smart.
Yeah.
All right, so we've got teaching that blends theory and practice, research that's tied to real-world challenges. What's the final piece of the puzzle?
Okay.
This outreach component.
So the outreach component is all about building and sustaining a network of support for the IGOE.
Got it.
They have this advisory board
Okay.
made up of representatives from the partner companies. And these folks aren't just writing checks. They're actively involved.
Oh, so it's not just a one-way street
No,
where the companies throw money at a program and hope for the best.
not at all.
I get
They're
it.
providing input, guidance, and they're invested in the success of the IGOE.
Okay.
Because they see the value it brings to their own organizations.
Right.
They get access to top-tier talent,
Yeah.
cutting-edge research,
Oh.
and a pipeline of future leaders.
I love that they're not shying away from the benefits for the businesses.
Yeah.
It's not just about altruism.
Right.
It's about creating a system where everyone wins.
Absolutely.
Students get amazing training and connections. The companies get valuable resources. And the university, well, they get to be at the forefront of this whole movement.
Exactly. And, you know, it's not just about creating human capital. It's about creating social capital.
Oh, interesting.
Those networks of relationships and trust that are so crucial in today's globalized world.
That's a really important point.
Yeah.
It's not just about individual skills and knowledge.
Right.
It's about the connections and collaborations that happen when you bring people together with a shared purpose.
Absolutely. The IGOE model is a testament to the power of that shared purpose.
That's cool.
It challenges us to think differently about how education, research, and business can work together to create a more prosperous future for everyone involved.
Okay, so we've unpacked the 3 pillars of the IGOE model.
Yes.
Teaching, research, and outreach.
Yep.
This is all fascinating stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm curious.
What's that?
What does this all mean for our listener?
Okay.
Why should they care about this model, especially if they're not involved in academia
Right.
or running a multinational corporation?
That's a great question, and I think it boils down to this.
Okay.
The IGOE model isn't just a blueprint for universities. It's a mindset.
A mindset.
Yeah, a mindset that recognizes the power of human capital
Okay.
and the importance of finding creative ways to unlock its potential.
I like that.
It's about thinking beyond traditional boundaries and silos
Yeah.
and seeking out win-win collaborations that benefit everyone involved.
You know, that's a really empowering way to frame it.
Yeah.
It's not just about universities.
Right.
It's about any organization, any individual who wants to make a positive impact.
Exactly.
This model can be applied on different scales in different contexts.
For sure.
It's about recognizing that investing in people, in their growth and development, ultimately leads to progress.
Absolutely. And that progress can take many forms,
Like what?
from economic growth to social change to individual fulfillment.
Yeah, that's powerful.
Yeah.
So as we wrap up our deep dive into the IGOE model,
Okay.
I'd love for you, our listener, to think about this.
Okay.
How can you apply this mindset in your own life, in your own work?
Right.
Whether you're a student, an entrepreneur, or just someone who wants to make a difference. The lessons from the IGOE are relevant to all of us.
Yeah.
So we've talked about the impact on businesses and the economy as a whole, but what about the impact on the individuals involved?
Yeah, that's key.
Imagine you're a student from Latin America.
Okay.
You receive one of those global fellowships.
Right.
You get access to world-class education. You get to work on real projects with leading companies.
Cool.
You build a network of connections that can span continents.
Wow.
That's life-changing stuff.
It really is, and it's not just the students.
Right.
Think about the professionals working at those partner companies.
Okay.
They're exposed to fresh perspectives. They get to mentor and learn from the next generation of leaders, and they get to contribute to something bigger than just their day-to-day work.
It's like this ripple effect of positive impact.
Totally.
Starts with investing in human capital, but it extends outwards to transform organizations, communities, and even entire economies.
The IGOE model shows us that progress doesn't happen in isolation.
Yeah.
It happens when we break down silos, build bridges, and embrace collaboration.
And that's the beauty of this model, right?
Yeah.
It's not just a set of programs or initiatives. It's a way of thinking,
I like that.
a way of approaching the world that values human potential
Yeah.
and seeks to create opportunities for everyone to thrive.
Absolutely. If we can take that way of thinking and apply it to our own lives, our own work, our own communities, imagine the possibilities.
That's a challenge I'm leaving you with today.
Okay.
Think about how you can be a catalyst for positive change,
Yeah.
how you can invest in the people around you, how you can contribute to building a more equitable and prosperous future.
I love it.
We've only just scratched the surface of this topic.
All right.
I encourage you to explore the IJOE website for more information.
Sounds good.
Until next time, keep diving deep.